Okay, so this is by popular demand. Just a little overview of directories and working with directories and then leaving into the first practical. So you see here, most of this will apply to a Mac. You have documents directories, you also have downloads directories, um, though the navigation is obviously going to be a little bit different. So see here we have my computer. The C and D are my hard drives. Those are the drives that are basically physically stored on my computer. You might also have a OneDrive, which is like a network drive to the cloud, where it almost pretends it's like a drive on your computer. I don't do that. I like my cloud stuff separated from my physical. I always worry about things updating wrong, so I like to keep a firewall. But some of you will have a OneDrive. And for some of you, your documents directory will be on the OneDrive. And that really shouldn't matter, apart from the fact that we have terrible internet access in our classroom. So in some ways, it might be better to have your documents on your physical computer. So you can see here, we also have C and then program files and then RStudio. A few people were storing their files in RStudio. This is never a good idea. You should never really store your own work files on where the Windows or where the Mac installs your applications. The reason being is quite often new versions of the application will be installed, which will overwrite old versions. So there is potential to lose your file. So generally, I have a directory called D OF documents, and then I have all my main work directories here. But let's just kind of work with documents for this for R. So we have, and you can see my documents directory is an incredible mess here, but I do have under that, I have an R folder. And then I also have BQA Analytics 2024 that will, where I store my files. But let's pretend I'm a student new to this class. And what I want to do is I want to kind of create a new folder just for this class under my document. So I'm going to click New Folder. And I'm going to call this one BQA Students, as I imagine I'm a student using this for the first time. Okay, so each week you want to download all the files into this directory. You're very welcome to actually have different, subdirectories for different weeks, but to be honest, that's going to be more work in terms of updating your actual working directory. So we have this documents are BQA student. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that all our files for the week are in that directory. So we can basically run all of the code. You're actually not going to, these are for the advanced exercises, the telco consumer churn, and the telco and the wine data. So we're just going to focus on the first four at the moment. So one way to do it is you just click on it and click download. Now this will actually go to my downloads directory. So let's just say show in folder. Now the problem is because I actually downloaded it a second ago, I actually have a second version there with a 1 in the brackets. I don't want this. I actually want the original. So let's press Control C to copy. And we're going to kind of go back to my BQA student. Now, to avoid that, we could actually go to Settings, Downloads, and then ask where to save each file before downloading. So if we were to repeat this again, and we click Download, we actually get it asking where we want to save it, and then we could actually pick Documents, R, and then my BQA student. Here we go, BQA student. But we've already got it there, so we're just going to overwrite the file. Okay, so let's do it with the other files, the AMIS housing, the AMIS housing documentation, and IHNO. Now, the problem is sometimes we will actually get to trying to open it in, Google Sheets. Doesn't matter. Just click download. And again, now we're defaulting to our BQA student, so click Save. Download. BQA student, save. AHNO. Download BQA student save. So it's all in my BQA student file. Now, to actually utilize all of this, what I want to do is, firstly, I'm going to go session, set working directory, choose directory, and I'm going to go to my, is it in one of my, it's not quite on my, so see documents, R, BQA student, click open. And we'll hold that code for a minute. That's the code for my BQA student directory. Now let's just open the code file for the week. Each week I will have a specific code file. This is BQA Analytics Week 2. And notice I actually have it going to BQA Analytics 2024. Now, the best thing for you, and I'm going to do this, is just to cut and paste what are generated when you set your working directory and replace this. Now, note, I could actually replace this. This is just shortcuts to the document directory, but I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to copy and paste. So this has already been done before, but you know, each time we run the code, we want to do this. Now, generally at the top, I will have at the top of the file any libraries we need for or any packages we need for the week. So we're going to use two packages this week. This is dplyr, which enables us to do all the, you know, the two question marks and the greater sign, what we call a pipe, and also ggplot2, which allows us to do the graph. So generally, before you want to start, you know, scrolling down and running code, you want to run these things. And then everything should be, you know, all your code should work perfectly now. You should be able to load in the files because they're in the right directory. And this is all I've almost done because people were having trouble as a little prerequisite video. But the main video now should kind of carry you through. The main two videos have all of this information. Okay, so I hope this was a little bit helpful and will prevent you from getting stuck. Though feel free to email me if you do get